So anybody can accomplish step one, having the education in various areas. A smaller group will be able to accomplish step two, which is being able to integrate all of that education into a structured and repeatable financial planning process. But that third element, having the experience to know what is likely based on the actions that you're taking now, can only be accomplished by paying that tuition into the school of experience. That's the value of working with a certified financial planner. And we'll tell you how we integrate those three principles and those three elements into our process at New Money, New Problem. We talked about the financial planning process and the 7 steps that are involved to build and repeat that process. But you have to understand that each financial planning firm, each certified financial planner is going to implement those steps in a way that's unique to them, unique to their client base, unique to who they choose to serve. And we're no different. We have our own spin on the financial planning process that we think works for our clientele. And if you keep in mind the fact that we're working mostly with first and second generation high income earners, these are people who are not just looking to like implement financial steps, they're also looking for some education. So we probably go a little further than most in terms of educating during our meetings, as opposed to saying, just send us these documents, we'll send you back the stuff that you're supposed to do. So if you're looking on screen, you will actually see a layout of what it's like for year one of our clients who choose to work with us. In the first year of working together, depending on the structure of the client household, we typically have 6 to 8 meetings at minimum. I know that's a lot, but there's a lot to cover in year one. There's a welcome meeting. And in that welcome meeting, we're typically going through a cash flow analysis and also a goals questionnaire. We want to get an idea for what a person does or does not have to spend. And we also want to know, in terms of their order of preference, what are the things that they want to accomplish throughout our time together? If they looked back after the year, what would need to happen for them to look back and say that it was a productive year? We then go into a discovery meeting. And in that discovery meeting, we're getting into the nitty gritty of things like analyzing tax returns and looking at employee benefits to making sure that we have the right life insurance and disability insurance policies in place outside of the employee benefits. And we go through this to not only educate the client on the employee benefits they may not be maximizing or even signed up for in the first place, but also to show the difference between those types of coverages and what they would implement outside. In meeting three, we tackle tough questions like, if something were to happen to you, what amount would you want to replace for your loved ones? Do you have an estate plan in place? We also ask questions like, if you were to retire, on what amount of monthly income would you want to live? At what age do you want to retire? If you have children, what school would you like for them to go to? What percentage of their tuition are you planning or not planning to cover when they go to that schooling? All of those questions go into the process of us putting together recommendations that exist in a formal financial plan and analysis that we give in meeting four. We give a financial plan that shows your progress towards retirement, your insurance needs and your estate planning needs, as well as any education planning. We give you a 1-pager of recommendations that says, here are the bullet list action items separated by category that we want to make sure we take care of in meeting one. And we also give you a tax analysis so you have an idea of how some of these things are going to impact the taxes that we discussed in an earlier meeting. We have a follow-up meeting where we talk just at a broad level as to what comes next when it comes to implementing some of those recommendations. And that implementation actually takes place in targeted meetings. We have one in meeting 6, that's an investment and insurance meeting, where we establish any investment accounts. We roll over any old retirement plans. We sign up for your insurance applications for life and disability insurance if needed. And then we have an estate planning and college planning meeting where we talk about, do we need a will and advanced medical directives? If we already have a will, do we need to have a revocable trust? When should you and should you not have some of these items in place? And anything beyond these meetings is all about working until we've accomplished the things that we've laid out in that 1-year plan that we give in the financial analysis meeting.